1. Morning, afternoon, I should say, sorry. Let me just put this on. I feel a bit better when I've got this on. It sort of hides all my imperfections, shall I say. Yeah, I need some coffee. From my Strictly cup off a friend of mine that I had one Christmas. She did me a humongous hamper of goodies and things when I was in hospital, and this was one of the things that was in that. I had severe cellulitis and sepsis 3 years ago, and she was an incredible friend who helped me realise what it was that I was going through with abuse. So yeah, I've always kept hold of this cup, kept it nice, and I think of my friend Pam whenever I use it. So anyhow, let's begin. I've had a few slurps of coffee. I'm going to start with this. This is from Elf. This is their fantastic primer. I love this. I only put like a blob and a half on my hand, and this is enough for me for the entire face. It's great stuff. I do need to buy some more primer. I know it's not going to last me forever, but I love it. It smells really nice. I managed to scratch myself last night. I woke up with all blood on my face. My skin gets really irritated really easily. Thankfully, I've not had too bad of an outbreak on my skin because I have severe psoriasis. I have psoriatic arthritis, so basically wherever my joints are with arthritis, I've got psoriasis, and it's horrible. I've got it in a lot of places. About 90% of my body is covered. It's only my face that's actually the only bit that's okay. But hey, anyhow, contour. I'm going to start off doing this. Good morning, afternoon, whatever neck of the woods you're watching me from. Just do this. Do contour concealer. I need to order some more bits and pieces. I'll soon go through everything. Right. Go through loads of these. But it's like super cheap. I get mine off an eBay seller that has a shop somewhere because they sell all sorts of stuff. But they've always got like big supplies of this in, and from MUA, and it seems to do the job very nicely. So hey, I'll leave that there for the moment because I will need to. Oops, are we off? Are we back? Cancel. No, come on, I'm here. That took a tumble and a half, didn't it? Flipping heck, I don't know what went then as well. There was something else that's just gone flying off. Let me just look. I don't know. I'm hoping it's nothing important. Oh, it's my I thought, what the chuff's that gone? It was my concealer. The phone went. Took a tumble. Yeah. So the lid's gone somewhere, no idea where. Sorry about that. I think my phone was leaning against my concealer and my foundation and all that stuff, so oopsie. Do apologise for the break in transmission. Dear me. I want to get one of these phone stands or something so it's not leaning against something, but yeah, I do apologise anyhow. I bought this cup the other day. I thought it was rather good. This Cheshire Cat one. Isn't it outstanding? I just love this sort of thing just to put my brushes in. And it's nice and proper chunky because of my hands. I suffer with really bad arthritis, so it's just nice and comfortable just to pop all my brushes in. Hi, Max, football fan. How are you? Yeah, my brushes are all washed. I'm hoping they're all dry. I think some of them are going to be a touch too wet to use, but I will see how we get on. I have got other ones, but we'll see. Right. No, it's still too wet. Alright, let's use a different one for that one. You will do. Right, let's blend it out. It's not a blending brush, but it's going to have to do. I saw you in Tesco's, did you? When was that then? See me in Tesco's. I have been in Tesco's. I have been. Let's get this blended out. I'm having to use what I can do. A couple of weeks ago you were in the veg aisle. Possibly. Okay. I may have been. I know I've been in. I was in the other day. I do pop in from time to time, but most of mine is home delivery, I've got to say. Because I do struggle with getting out and about. I do find it hard now. Because my arthritis is so much worse. My chair is on charge, so I can't keep moving it backwards and forwards. Because last night I completely and utterly forgot. I put it in the plug. I plugged it into my chair. And I didn't switch it on. So there's the break sometimes, unfortunately, when you're trying to do a million and one things and feeling really, really tired. You forget to do things properly. Do it all the time at the minute. With this chair. The batteries on it aren't very good either. So me actually forgetting to do that isn't a helpful thing, because the batteries on this aren't perfect. It's only a little chair. Yeah, it's only a little one, a little power chair. It's big enough to get around in the flat that I'm in, or apartment, depending on what neck of the woods you're from. So just putting on this bronzer just to oomph me up a bit, because I am a very pale, pasty person. But hey ho. So how are you anyway? Are you okay? Are you well? How's life treating you? I should try and share this out a bit, but I never know how to do it with things. I know there's a share button on the bottom. I have told a few people I'm going live, but it depends what people are up to, because it is the early afternoon. And this lovely, it's horrible out. It did look quite nice to start with. But hey, there we go. I didn't come on yesterday. I was just feeling in such a really bad headspace. I was feeling really low. I do suffer with depression and anxiety, and I just was not in the right headspace whatsoever. Had someone make a bit of a comment or two, and I just couldn't handle it. So it's far easier to just not go on, to be honest. Yeah, it was far easier to not come on at all. My headspace just was not in it. And I just thought, if I have someone that just makes a really horrible comment, I really can't hack it. You know, it's hard when you do suffer with mental health issues, and you know, you get somebody that makes such a bitchy comment about anything. It can be the slightest thing. It could be about how you look. It could be about what you're wearing. It could be about how you actually look in general, because I'm disabled. I have 2 very large knees because they're very swollen up from injury, because I had a big accident and a lot of surgery on it. And the other one, I was born like it, with a twisted knee joint. So my knee shape is not good, but I have to live with it. You know what I mean? It's part and parcel of me. There's nothing else I can do about it. And then my legs are very, very swollen up due to injury, trauma, arthritis, bad circulation. Arthritis mainly because I've got arthritis literally in every nook and cranny you could possibly think of. Sorry, I just had to do that because I can't stand it when a hot cup of coffee goes cold, although I do like a cold coffee. If I go Starbucks or Costa, it's like, can I have a nice latte, please? But if I have a cup of coffee that's here and it goes cold, I'm like, ooh, grim. Weird, I know, but hey, that's how it is. So yeah, I've got 2 legs that are very, very poorly. At the moment, my skin is absolutely caked in psoriasis, which is just nasty. It's horrible. I cannot do anything about it, and it's down to my arthritis. Hi, Tracey. Hi. So I do wear an awful lot of trousers. It's very rare now that I wear a dress or a skirt. I have got dresses and I have got skirts, but while my skin is like as it is, I want to hide it away. So I've got dressings on, but I still get people that will stare if I do have just a dress or a skirt on. People will, and I've had like kids like, oh, look at that lady. You know, stuff like that. And I tend to ignore it, you know, but occasionally it is hard. And I find that really, really hard sometimes, you know, when people make a comment or two, or they just stare, you know. They just stare. I've got the hospital tomorrow. See what happens there. I've got with rheumatology. The rheumatology doctor. I'm going to see what's what the plan is, because I've seen in dermatology now, as well as rheumatology, dermatology has confirmed that it is psoriasis after seeing several different medics. The one thing that I really, really hate is when you've got a doctor that doesn't listen to what you say is up with you. And they don't. Oh, it just frustrates me. They just ignore you entirely and just don't listen. And, you know, you're trying your damnedest to... this is Elf, by the way. This is Luna, my go-to highlighter. I do love this, but I'm getting a bit fed up with the same one now. But I want to get through what I use and then go on to another one. I don't like a load of unopened stuff, open stuff, I should say. Why are you vegan? I'm vegan for the animals. I'm vegan for the animals. I do it for them. I don't like to see them suffering. I certainly don't like to see them crying out in pain. I don't like how humans treat animals whatsoever. Hi, Nikki. Hi. How are you? But yeah, that's why I'm vegan. I'm vegan for the animals, for all animals. That's why I've been vegan for like 2.5 years. And I'm very passionate about it. Some people don't like that, but I think, do you know what? I don't really care. I've had a few arguments and things with makeup companies that sell on Facebook. I've been challenged and argued with recently. I'm blocked by some because they don't like me. I'm too controversial. Just got you, goes up below and seen you. I'm going to share you out. Thank you. Yeah, I am quite controversial because I sort of bring out or ask questions that companies don't want to answer. And I buy all vegan and cruelty-free products. I have bought, just going with the flow from time to time, the odd, before I really got into finding out about all these things and asking makeup companies, you know, are you vegan and cruelty-free? The odd thing I have bought from various people that sell on Facebook and stuff. And thank you for the roses. That's nice. But now I ask because it's like I don't feel comfortable by wearing stuff that is vegan, is not marked vegan but marked cruelty free because it still contains animal ingredients. And not many people understand that. One lady that I was asking, because she put on Facebook, just having candy kittens, very tasty. Oh my God, they are my favourite. I love the cherry ones. They are so nice. I went through a phase of not liking them because when I was in hospital, my mum bought me them all the time. She bought bags and bags of these things from the shop that was downstairs. Hey, I don't think so. Don't start fighting. Oh my God. What are candy kittens? They're sweets. They're sweets. They are very tasty sweets. They contain no gelatin in there, no palm oil, and so they're vegan. Stop it! Oh. Give me small children any day sometimes, I tell you. It's like you tell them off and they do as they're sort of told, but... Hey, stop it! Come on, leave her! Oh, honestly, cats. Stop it! Stop it, now. Trying to keep it all professional and everything. I'm like, behave! Oh dear. Minnie and Gizmo. Minnie sits somewhere. Doesn't matter where it is. Sofa, cupboards, bed. She sits there. She's a big cat. She's got like lots of girth to her, plenty of room. She's like really chunky. And she sits. Stop it now. Come on. Leave her. Be horrible sometimes, you can. Yeah. My cat is the same way. I love her name. Oh, yeah, got Minnie and Gizmo. But yeah, Minnie, I mean, she'll sit, and she's really comfortable, and she makes a nice warm space underneath her for herself, you know, she's all comfy and warm, and she's been there for ages. Gizmo will come along and he'll stand over her, and she'll growl at him, and then he'll continue until she gets up and moves, and then he'll sit where she's been sitting. And it doesn't matter where it is, he always does it. I'm like, you little bugger. So, yeah. So I have to do my mother. Behave! Stop it! Do as you're told. Oh, my God. Dear me. But, hey, hey. But, yeah. Now, I've been vegan 2.5 years. And, but yeah, this makeup person, she'd been off the scene for a while due to health issues and stuff, and she was moving from one mansion by the looks of things to another one, how the other half live, eh? And she put on Facebook, I mean, it'd be funny if she was actually watching this, but I don't think she is. I'm just slating her away, you know. She's probably watching me somewhere as a silent watcher, but hey, I don't care. And she says, oh, on Facebook, yes, I'm live. There's me telling the sun off, not the sun off, the cat's off as I'm live. But hey. No, I'm not telling you off. But yeah, the afternoon clicky knees. Clicky knees. Person's called Clicky Knees.
Oh, is it Flicky Knees?
No, Clicky Knees. Tracey says, hi, Ben. He's like, who's just Ben? Tracey called you Ben. But yeah, but this, this lady, this makeup company.
Hi, Stacey.
Adam says, hi, Stacey. Yeah, so anyway, she went on Facebook, this makeup woman, and she says, I've been absent for ages. I'm rebranding my brand. What would you like to see? Nice one, she says. What would you like to see, you know, on my brand? What would you like? And I said, it would be lovely to see you vegan and cruelty-free. And I tell you, she blew up like a bottle of pop. She was like, I am a vegan and cruelty-free product. I've never seen you buy from me. You're slating my company and all the rest of it. And I says, I'll hold your foot up. I said, because I have bought from you. And anyway, she was a right Mardy cow. She was then on about, and funnily enough, I've screenshotted the whole thing. My knees always crack when I bend down or kneel. Yeah, I had that. And I've got severe arthritis, so just, yeah, be mindful. Enjoy your life before, you know, health issues come about. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, make the most of it. Grab whatever, you know, if you want to be able to do something, do it, because you never know how your health's going to be. Yeah. Oh, yours loud too. I was getting people commenting on mine. Yeah. I've always had it. When I was little and when I walked, I used to snap. My feet used to snap and crunch, and they would grind. My knees would grind, and they'd come out and come back into the socket and stuff, just because of how mine was created, you see. But yeah, I've got it everywhere, literally everywhere. So I would say, if you are clicking and grinding and stuff with your knees, be mindful that you may experience arthritis as you're maturing and all the rest of it. Because I don't know how old you are and stuff, but yeah, just be mindful that you may get very bad arthritis. Yeah, my knees. Yeah, so my hips come out of the socket all the time. It's like when I'm getting changed and unchanged, they slide out and back in. It's horrible. It's horrible. And my knee joints do it as well. It's really good fun. Yeah, so just be mindful of that. Do what you can health-wise and, activity-wise, if you want to, do something. I did when I, about 8 years ago, it's like, it's like I knew my health was worsening because I've had fibromyalgia all my life. I was born with a twisted knee joint. And I've had operations and stuff because the other one also had a very bad injury where I slipped and the knee come out of its socket and twisted the other way. Very, very painful. Yeah. They say the cracking knuckles causes arthritis. Apparently not. It's not that. So it's a myth. But I'm just saying that wear and tear, arthritis does happen. And if you are clicking and stuff, there's a high chance you may end up with it in those parts of your body. But yeah, it's horrible. It is horrible. I mean, I've literally got it all over my body. My brushes are soaking wet. I'm so annoyed. I need more brushes. Some of them are all right. It's the thicker ones that are just absolutely horrible. That's an old wife's tale, the knuckles. It's usually hereditary. My hands lock. It's awful. I mean, I jokingly say to my son, because he does it, he gets his knuckles and cricks them and stuff. And yeah, he said, because he's doing a sports and fitness thing at college, he's like, it's an old wives' tale. It doesn't happen. You can't get it like that. And I said, I know you can't. It's like I used to get told off for sitting a certain way. I'd sit on the floor with my legs on my knees and my legs to the side, and I used to get told off for that. But then I was born with a dodgy knee joint that faced funny to everybody else's anyway. So my right leg, instead of being straight, faces inwards. Yeah, and I was born with very misshapen toes and stuff. I've had operations, broken them, reset them, had them pinned and all that. I had that done 5 times, and then in the end they're like, we can't do it anymore. So they've given up. I cracked my knuckles too. Yeah. I'm just unfortunate to be blessed with it all, but hey, it is what it is. I've got it everywhere. I've got it in my jaw. I had a checkup, and I've got it in my jaw. I've got it in my ears. Places that you never think of that you could end up with arthritis in, but hey, I get them. Lucky me, eh? So I'm going to use this thing. This is the Revolution Sprinkles palette, I think. I might use this one, or should I use this one again? This one, the Creative palette. Yeah, I'll use this one. I've had that on my toes since birth, but never worked. Oh God, yeah, I've had five lots of it. Where they've had my toes broken, pinned, reset, and yeah, and it's never worked. And then about 5 years ago, they asked me if I wanted it doing again, and I said, well, what's the point? And even they agreed it's a waste of time. So I thought, well, why are you going to put me through all the pain and torture of having my toes broken, pinned, reset? I'm going to be out of action for like months. Yeah, It's just ridiculous. It's like, I think, do they get like a bonus for like how many people that they put through on a conveyor belt or something? I just am like, what? So I don't tend to, hang on, you move this thing over. I had my phone go flying over at one point, so it sent everything flying. I haven't got all these gadgets and things to hold my phone in place. I still do the teenage thing, propping it up against something. Yeah, but hey ho, I do try. When are you having this operation? Well, they did ask me if I wanted it, and I've said no, I'm not going to have it done and to have my toes broken and reset again. So I'm not gonna have it done. It's pointless. I've got arthritis very badly in all of my toes now. It makes it so painful. Do you know, my joints are that bad? My joints are that bad. Thank you, Nikki. My joints are that bad with arthritis and so sensitive. I don't sleep in my bed, under my bed covers. I sleep on a bed, don't get me wrong, but I sleep with them underneath me, and I have an old dressing gown that I use as a blanket and a fleecy blanket on me, but not on my feet. It's I've been like this for an awful lot of years, but hey ho, just get on with it. And then I wear like thick pajamas and stuff, thick fleecy things, and I've still got my heating on now. It's like May and I'm still cold. I get really, really cold. I do. I'm waiting on hip replacement on 1st of June. I hope it works for you and it gives you some relief, I tell you. But it's like I can't have any knee surgery. You've got to wait until you're an old person for that sort of thing. Oh, right. Turquoise on. Now then. Fingers crossed it helps and works for you. My dad's got his surgery in June. He's having his knees done. I mean, he's in his 70s. So it's like I'm in my 40s. I've got a lot of years to wait before I can, before I can even be considered for anything like that. They don't do them on young people because they've got to keep ripping them out and replacing them. And that's what they told me. That's why they don't do it to younger people, because of the wear and tear and then having to replace them. So, but hey, it's fine. I'm quite used to it. Right. I like this pink. I think it's Ace. Plop you there and then I'll spread you out. I'm just... Right. Yeah. That's it. Falling, yeah. I know the feeling. Failing bets. But yeah, they don't consider you for anything until you're like older. Be interesting to see what this rheumatologist says tomorrow, because I'm fed up with the fact that doctors at hospitals give me things to try and help me, and that's fine. And then you go to the doctors to have more of it, and they won't issue you anymore. So it's like, what the chuff? It's like dermatologist gave me something different that I've never been given before, like a spray. And because I've got psoriasis like on 90% of my body, this can, when I brought it home, my son was like, that's not going to last you 5 minutes. And I says, I know. Doctors want it to last like a month, but it'll last like days. It lasted a week, quite literally a week. This can, and I used it only on my back, my shoulders, my tummy area. So I didn't even do the leg areas, because the leg areas are so severe. I'm frightened of it just doing more harm than good. So I just thought I'll do those bits. Thank you. Thank you, Nikki. Yeah. So I thought I would just, focus on the less sensitive bits, the bits that I can't get to. And I put a repeat in. Thank you. I put a repeat in, and I had the doctor's surgery. This is like them phoning me up and saying, that can't issue this because we don't, it's something without a doctor's letter or something. And I said, well, you should have an email. And lo and behold, there it was sitting there. So it's told the doctor that I need this stuff. There's a spray, this can. There's a big tub of this stuff that's oily, but I can use it as like a soap to wash with, to sort of calm it down. So I'm guessing the spray can is like an anti-itch thing that can help. And then there's a cream. But it was this can, I said, that I really need some more of. I've gone through it in a week because there's that much of this psoriasis on my body. And thank you. And anyway, the receptionist found this email. She says, I'll get it authorised for you. I went and picked up some more dressings, and there was none of this can. And then they said, I'm very sorry, but I phoned them up because I thought it was all in there and everything. Drove away, got home. And yeah, lo and behold, the thing I needed wasn't dispensed. So, nice, eh? So I phoned them back up again at the pharmacy, and I said, has it been left by accident with me needing so many things? Because I'm always finding that they find things of mine and it hadn't been authorised. So it's like, I give up. Let's use this yellow. Yeah, I just thought, this is ridiculous. When you've got a medic that's trying to sort out your health issues, and you've got people that aren't interested at the other end to sort out. I know that there's one doctor that really I refuse to see. She makes me so angry. And when I have seen her face to face, I mean, she deleted all of my, she went through my medications, and because I take an awful lot of different things, because I have so many different conditions, she decided to delete half of them. She was trying to save some money. And she pressed delete. And I was like, what the chuff are you doing? She says, oh, you don't need this and you don't need that. All my pain medications, she deleted the lot. So then I had to make an appointment with another doctor. I saw a nurse the next day, and I told her. And she says, oh, get back in with your doctors to have them put back on. Okay, what palette are you using? I'm sorry, I'm using this one. This is the Revolution palette. So that's that one. That's it. So it's got like a nice mixture of colours and stuff. It's okay. I'll be right back. Hi Lucy, how are you? How are you? I'm a bit of a late waker-upper today. Bit of a later wake up. I was horrendous last night, so okay, it's fine. So there we are. Thank you. Love those colours. Yeah, just put this on. How's this gonna look? Yeah. Yeah, I'm a bit late waking up today. Good thanks, been football, golf today with kids, making a vegan roast. Hope you're well. Yeah, I'm okay, thank you. Not too bad. Good to see that you're up and, you know, and on. It was great. I've been actually looking at one of your vids the other day. The shopping one, I think it was. I need to go and have a look. Asda's got quite a good selection of stuff starting to appear now, food-wise. I was quite impressed. Got like loads and loads of things. Colours are great, aren't they? Oh, thank you. So it sounds like you've had a busy day already then, football and golf. How did those cats like those little balls that you got in that pack? Oh. Can't wait to see how you do your hair today. Oh, I've got a new one. The blue. Love them. Oh, thank you. I've got a blue one. I had someone make a comment about it, and that's me dropping that on the floor. It's going to do that a world of good. It's my hands for you. 1 minute I can be holding something, the next minute gone. Let me get you. Oh, she's okay. She's okay. She's okay.
What did you do?
My hand decided to let go of the pallet, and I just dropped it and sent it flying. Oh, it's all right. Hey, you need a grabber stick. I've got one. I've got one.
Come and join the live.
Yeah. Azure looks lovely. Thank you. That's the blue one. It does a Boris. Oh, yeah, Lucy's just said hi.
Hello.
Yeah. You usually say blue like Boris, don't you?
Blue.
Blue. Let's wear the blue one today. Blue. Oh, dear me. Does your son know you are a big TikToker? Yeah.
Oh, God.
Do you know the top of your TikTok account? It shows you there's the picture of an eye. Well, there was a picture of an eye, and then it had a number by how many people were nosying on your account. And then on one of the days, it changed to just a little circle at the top of the screen with a picture. And it's the picture of the person that's last been viewing your account. Anyway, his TikTok, this little picture come up. I thought, that's my son. And I thought, yeah, he's been nosing, and there he was. So, how's Adam's job going?
Shit.
He's trying to leave. They keep trying to get him to
dreadful.
stay. They keep trying to get him to stay. He
Wait,
hates
sorry,
it.
just for the sake of it, if this goes anywhere. I'm loving my job.
Yeah, if his bosses are watching, he loves it. He loves his job. It's great.
Absolutely love it.
So funny.
Definitely not sarcastic in the slightest.
Oh dear. Yeah, he just wants out of it now. He hates it. He's had enough now. So, but hey ho. But yeah, it's funny. It's like, I thought, what does this do? And then it's like, it shows you anybody that's been nosying on your your TikTok. What does he do? He works in a restaurant, in an Indian restaurant. So he does get a bit of discount. He works, sometimes he does tables. Sometimes it's the Just Eats or Uber Eats orders, stuff like that. Sometimes he does the desserts because they have like a spin-off. It's called The Island, so it's like they do the desserts island, stuff like that. He likes it. I mean, no more curries for you then. No. He does get a discount, but I order from there. I've got to say that I do order because they are close to where we live, so it's handy. I will still get some. But yeah, he's just fed up with it now. They're okay there, he says, but and then it's like the boss is okay and stuff like that, but I think it's just he wants a change. But then again, it depends what comes up. I mean, he wants something to do with like fitness and things, but I don't know. We'll see. See what happens. But he did like the money, but then it's the fact that if they're not busy, then he gets a phone call. It's like the other day. He was all set to go, and then they phone up and say, "Oh, we don't need you now." Stuff like that. So, and if he doesn't go in, he don't get paid. So there's that side of things. And I think they sort of, because he's a younger person, when you're older, you sort of argue your corner more a bit, don't you? You sort of stand your ground over stuff. But younger ones, students, are like 10 a penny. You know, it's like if one decides to leave, there's always going to be another one waiting to use, to step in. But because he's a worker, and he always has had a good work ethic on his shoulders, you know what I mean? They want him to stay. They don't want him to go. So, which is good. He is a worker. I mean, even when he was like coming up to 15, he wanted a job. He was like, I'm going to go around the village selling, washing cars and stuff. And I said, you can't do that because I'm sure you've got to have some kind of a license or something, or insurance, or I don't know. There's got to be something in place. I said, but you're too young. You can't just go knocking on doors and that. Do you want your car washing? I don't know. I'm sure that there's laws and rules for everything nowadays, isn't there? So, Anyway, let me just put the silver by the waterline, just to pop my eyes a little bit. This is from Makeup Obsession. It's alright. It's got like loads of different mint colours. It's cruelty-free and vegan. It is super, super tiny. It's okay. Some of the colours are like alright with other colours. Like pastel pinks and stuff. And I have used it. Listening to you while making dinner. Oh, you're going to make me hungry. What you having? What you having? What you got today? You said you got a roast. So what are you making? I'm hungry. I just fancy something nice myself. Fancy something nice. Yeah, the silver in this and the white are my favourites to use. Roast potatoes, broccoli, peas, Linda McCartney pies and gravy. They would go nice with azure. Yeah, the mint. Yeah. I try to sort of coordinate my eye makeup with whatever hair I'm wearing. That's the plan anyway. I want to get, I've got my eye on so many different ones. It's the trouble, a website's so like addictive. You buy one wig and then you want another one, and I love wearing, I mean I wear mine every day. My hair, I've really hacked at it. The other day I got really upset. My head was so itchy angry, so painful. Attempting Yorkshire puddings. Oh, is that with that cracked stuff? Because I've seen Spencer's when I was having a bit of a browse round. I just fancy it. I thought, oh, I'll see if anyone's been using it. Oh yeah, yes. So what do? Just pour it in and treat it like basically like eggs. Oh. I've seen some tofu scramble in Tesco's yesterday. Was it yesterday? I don't know what day. What day did I go in? It might have been Friday. I don't know. I can't remember. No idea. Whatever day it was that I went in there anyway, I saw some tofu scramble. I was like, oh, interesting. And I've looked on the home shop because I've got a slot rebooked now. Sometimes what I do is if I go out and about and I use enough stuff, then I move the shopping day along to another one. And Tesco's has got some in on that. So I'm gonna, if they've got it in stock, I'll get some. That's a bit better. I like the silver and white. It just makes your eyes a bit like, whoa, need all the help you can get sometimes. Eyeballs sometimes just feel absolute pants. Yeah. I need some new palettes, I tell you. I want some new bits and pieces. When we've been on holiday and the money's not being kept back for spends and stuff, so I've got to get suitcases. I forgot that I've got rid of my last ones. So I need to get some suitcases. I need to sort them out. I'm still paying off bits and pieces from the holiday as well. It's like we've had the cancelled holiday moved a few times because of COVID and stuff, and then I forgot. One of those, oh, I'll deal with it later. And now we've got the holiday getting closer and closer. It's like, shit, I better do something about it now. So I've got that to finish off paying. But it's nearly there. Can't wait to go away just a few days. It will kill me. I'm dreading. Which ones are you taking on holiday? Where are you off to? We're off to Llandudno. We go to Llandudno every year. I've been doing it for I don't know how many years now. same holiday, same hotel. I have the same room booked, although Adam's got his own room this year. He's relieved. He says, thankful for that. Yeah. Yeah. So we're off to London. No, we were supposed to be going in June, but my dad's got surgery on his knee. So we decided, because it was too close after the surgery to, it was like literally a few days after he'd had surgery, that he wouldn't be well enough and wouldn't enjoy it. So we've moved it along to the end of July. We're off to London now. It's lovely there, really, really nice. It's flat, it's gorgeous. You know, we're only going for like 4 nights, but it's long enough for me with my health issues and everything. Just popping a bit of glitter on. Yeah, it's just long enough a break for me. I know what I'm gonna do. Shall I? No, I'll do this one. Started now, so I'll finish. Yeah. I'll use a different brush though. I like these little tiddly ones that just like literally pick it up. But yeah, well, I like it. It's the same hotel. Got to know the people that are there. There's a chap that hardly speaks any English. Can guarantee it. It's like, he's okay. I mean, he's sort of in charge when the people that speak, well, that are English or Welsh, there's a mixture of two. He's always left in charge, so it just makes me smile, because it reminds me of Manuel from Fawlty Towers and how he's sort of left in charge, and he answers the phone, and it's like when I phoned up to check something, he was like answering the phone in his broken English, and I said, "Oh, I'll ring back tomorrow." He's a funny chap. He's all right though. It's harmless. It just cracks me up. Which ones are you taking on holiday? I really don't know. I have no idea. There's still a couple I want to order if I can. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I would like to take. I might take Azure. And I want to take maybe a long wig as well. I've got mermaid blue coming still, so we'll see. I'm hoping that one turns up tomorrow or Tuesday. Yeah. So that might be a contender. Trying the very cherry. Oh, yeah, they're my favourite. The cherry ones are just amazing. They are the best. I want to take like a little bag of nibbles. Had the Morrison's vegan ice cream last night. We had chocolate and they're all really, the 99p, really recommended. Yeah, I've bought their ice cream before. It's beautiful. And like, it's dirt cheap as well. Cruelty-free ice cream. Can't be beaten. I tell you, it's amazing. I like the Ben & Jerry's one. The cookie dough is my favourite. I have to. It's like Minnie. She is an ice cream addict, and she knows when I'm going in the freezer. Somehow she always seems to know when I'm lifting one of the cartons out. I'm like trying to sneak it out the freezer. And then I'll put it in the microwave just for 30 seconds, just enough so I can scoop it out. And then, but she seems to know. She seems to know. You know, she seems to know. And it's like, whether I come in with a bowl and she's asleep and I'm like trying to sneak maybe onto the bed, or I go in the living room and I sit down and she's sleeping in the bedroom, so I'll go in the living room. But she wakes up and she's in as soon as I'm sat down. It's like, how the chuff do you know what I am doing? But she does. They were supposed to be taking to hospital but couldn't resist. Oh, that's just the thing. Those things are just gorgeous. The cherry ones are my favourite. I bought some for holiday, and I thought, well, I'll get some little goodies in. You know, stop buying little bits every now and again. It's like buying in prep for Christmas. But things never stay for the duration, do they? But hey ho. Never mind. Does make me laugh. So this is Isla. This is the I never remember the name. This is the Elemental Artistry palette. I hardly use this, to be honest, but it is vegan and cruelty free. They have got sections of stuff that is vegan and cruelty free. It annoys me. Some companies are like that. It really does bug me. I think, why don't you make everything vegan and cruelty free? But they don't. Some companies, they're quite happy to continue causing, you know, they might be cruelty free and just have some bits that are vegan, but to me it's like you're still causing harm and suffering to the animal. But hey, it does annoy me so much. But candy kittens are just the best. Isla Mascot, yeah. How did I hear of Isla Mascot? Something to do. I don't know if it's something to do with Amy Winehouse or not. But I just remember seeing her picture and this company. I don't know. I mean, obviously she's passed on now, but I don't know. It's funny how some companies you never heard of, and then all of a sudden it's like you see it everywhere. It's like Too Faced. Some of their stuff is vegan and cruelty free, and some of it is not. And you know, it's like you've got to Google what actually what is vegan and cruelty free from their range. I hate when you have, like, you seem to get a good eye when you're putting makeup on, and then you have one that doesn't want to work.
You're whinging again.
I am whinging again, yeah.
Fucking hell.
I know. You do though, you have a good eye. And an eye that doesn't want to behave. This one's behaving. It's always this one that does as it's told.
I think that's quite how I work with it.
Well, you have both your eyes are not the same size. One eye is bigger than the other. Your eye socket is a different size to the other one. Different shape. Did you know that? Ah, see? Dove aren't looking for self-tan. Only one like the Dove moisturize that gradually tans your skin. Dove aren't cruelty free, are they? I have no idea. No idea on that one. I would look on Cruelty Free Kitty and see. They should be listed as to what they are, and then they might have some. They will have some listings of self tanners that are vegan and cruelty free. I've not done I've done spray tans, but that was a lot of years ago, and I did it when I was due to get married, and then I didn't like it. I didn't feel comfortable in this different colour to myself, so I don't know. I can't really advise you on that one at all. Well, I can't. I don't want to.
I give brilliant advice.
Hey?
Advice on what?
Well, self tan.
Oh God, no, I wouldn't have a clue.
Yeah, see, even you don't know.
I'm naturally tanned.
Oh dear me. Right, next bit. I want to get these gemstones on. I've got these little ones. Oh, I've got these ones. Decisions. Decisions. Let's put my that's the primer. They look the same. Blind as a bat without my glasses on. Although my son would say that. The vegan beauty queen can't know everything. So this is from MUA. This is fab. It's not one of the best. I know that there are other ones that are out there. I will have a look. I want to get one from Spoiled Cosmetics. They're vegan and cruelty free. But Elf also do some amazing ones. So I'm going to have a look. I need to go to Superdrug and have a good look and get some more Elf stuff as well. Build my collection up a bit. I need to go through all this. I've got some bits and pieces that do you get all your beauty online? I get some online merely because I struggle with getting out and about. And when it's been really, really cold and stuff, my arthritis is just so temperamental, so painful. It's just easier for me to order from home and have it delivered. I've got that black and brown. It's an all right one. A lot of the stuff at the minute I do get from various either eBay sellers that have shops and they just sell them online, as well as in person, or I do also buy the odd thing from overseas. It's like my lashes from Jaylee Cosmetics, where I know a few people that sell for her. But yeah, Superdrug. Hi, Sunshine Vegan Lady. You need to do me a makeover, please. How are you? How are you doing? Oh dear. At least I'm having no horrible people today. I found that Sundays seem to be, I think it may have been the time that I was going on, maybe. The last Sunday, I did have some me too makeover needed. Oh. You know, last Sunday I had some really, really, just stupid ones. I really pissed off, actually. I have BPD'd on my videos. Some people are so unkind. Yeah. Oh, last Sunday I had one with a really ugly mugshot. I would join the queue. Oh, thank you, ladies. Yeah, this chap, he had really ugly mugshot. You know, a face that only a mother could love kind of look. He was just grim. I'm sorry. He was just horrible. And he had a horrible personality to go with it. He was just vile. And the stuff he was coming out with just made me feel very, very sick. I just thought, you dirty sod. It's just horrible, and I just thought, that's it. I'm not gonna take this, and I blocked him. He joined the block party. Yeah, bipolar disorder. Said that BPD mums are unkind to children. Really upset me, as I'm never unkind to anybody. Oh no, I saw your video that you did, wanting a daughter to have a TikTok daughter to. That was really sweet. Anybody that's doesn't have a mum could have a replacement. Well, not a replacement, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm trying to say. A mum that someone's a stand-in, like an adopted one. Well, the Yorkshires have not risen to the occasion. Oh, well, it's about the taste. It's what they taste like that matters. Thank you for the likes as well. It's appreciated. 1.4k. Woo! Sending you hugs. Yeah, she's a lovely lady. I thought the post that she put up was absolutely gorgeous. She's got sons and she loves them to bits. But it was like, I would happily have anybody needs a mum that they haven't got. Kind of thing. I thought that was really sweet. I'm going to try putting them down here today. Something a little bit different. I don't do... I'm still live, Okay. See my son abusing me.
Never. It was the wind, it wasn't me.
Cheeky, isn't he? Son's on loan till he meets a partner. Oh. Yeah. How do you send likes new to TikTok? You just touch the screen. That's I never knew how to do it either. I was like, what's the trick? How do you do it? I was like, oh yeah. Right, I'm gonna try now. I've got these in an old tub because they came in a little bag, these little stones. I've also got an eye pencil. I'm going to try this trick now because I used it yesterday because it's waxy. And I was like, get in. And it did work. Come on. There we go, see? Oh, magic. Oh, I've dropped it now. Oh, there it is. I found it. Let's come back. There we go. Look at that. Come on now. There we go. Oh, don't. There we go. Oh, it's on. Let's find another one. This is good. I like this. My hand's shaking. Don't shake. You're not allowed. We're on. Look. It's working. It's working. The more you like screen, the more people come on the live. As long as they're nice people. We only want nice ones. Oh shit. Where's that gone now? I've lost you. Come on. Where have you gone? Never mind. I need another spot. Dropped one. There we go. My little glue dots have dried up. They've had enough. This is just eyelash glue, by the way. Nothing fancy. Thought me. Oh, I've lost it. Never mind. Alright. Let's try again. I know. Hard to do makeup when you've got bad eyesight, don't I know it? I need I have to have my mirror. That's it. Bad eyesight and bad hands that shake. Oh God, it's horrible. I cracked it. Cracked it. How's that? Tap it fast. Tap the screen.
Tap your screen.
Tap the screen. Hey. Don't know. I think this one's a bit further away than the others, but yeah. Let's do that one again. You're a bit further away than the rest of them. Oh. Oh, thank you. Panda. Oh, thank you. Oh. And gift. Thank you for the gift. That's really kind. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Right, let's try again with you. Come on. Come on. Got one little gemstone. I might have to chuck you. Sorry. I don't like wasting stuff. Right, let's try again with another one now. Oh, it's stuck to my finger. It don't want to leave me. There we go. That'll do, I think. I'm not going to fanny about too much with this. Well done, Tracy. Hey, thank you. Oh, thank you for the gift, Sunshine Vegan Lady. You're a star. What do you think? I like these little gemstone things. They're ace. I was going to get one of those little poke tool things, but then Nikki B gave me the idea of, she says, just use a wax crayon. And I didn't have a wax crayon because I don't have any little kids. So it's like, you know, when you've got children, it's like little kids, it's like you've got things like that to hand all the time. Crayons, felt tips and all that sort of stuff. And I thought my white eyeliner pencil was a bit pants, to be honest. It really, really is. It's not the greatest, contraption in the world. I like a liquidy one. Yeah. Got to be vegan wax crayons, of course, absolutely. Yeah, so I grabbed this from, this is one of my eyeliner crayon things, and I just thought, right, I'm going to try it with this, and yeah, it's absolutely fine. This is a vegan one. But yeah, so I thought I would give it a go with this, and it seems to be working. So I was like, yeah. But I just like it. There's something a little bit different, aren't they? So yeah, I thought, right, rather than throwing it away, because I didn't want to waste it, and I thought, oh, maybe it'll come in handy for something, and there we are. It's rather cool. I'm thinking, do I want to put any up the top, or would it look a bit overkill? If I did add a few. I know what I could do. I could have one here. One here. I'm still new to all this gemstone stuff. I'm like, it'll be fine when it dries. I'm so new to all this, so it's just a bit of fun, bit of something different. Be back in 5 minutes, okay? No worries. Shall I use a coloured one instead? Got plenty of these things. But I want to get some let's have a look. Let's go with a purple one in the corner. Got all sorts of different colours here. It's rather cool. Never used these things before. Yeah. Come on now. Cooperate, please. Is this way? It's not going to come off now. Shut this leather sack. I'm khaki-handed at the minute. Hang on. I've got one in my hand, that's why I'm a bit like, that's it. Are we on? We're on. No. It needs to be the same colour. Florence says hi. Hi, Florence. How are you? How are you doing? How many years has she got left at primary before she goes to high school? Is she edging towards that age? Oh, come on now. Play the game. That's it. Do you not want to play, do you? Going in September. Oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah, I remember that feeling well. It's like 1 minute they're at primary, the next minute it's like high school. I'm like, flipping heck. And then high school just seems to fly by, I tell you. Really does. And then before you know it, they're at college. I mean, Adam's got a final year at college before he decides what to do next. Oh, I don't want to play. Where's my sharpener? Let's sharpen you. Just want to do one more. My hands are starting to play up now as well, and I've got to put my lashes on yet. And then I'm done. I think I've got one bigger than the other, but what the hell? And I've got my glasses on, you probably won't see them anyway. There we go. September. Ah, scary times. Can't believe it. I was going to say she seemed like she was going to be going soon. Wow. Yeah. I just remember that feeling well. It's like, it brings a lump to your throat, doesn't it? The fact that they're growing up. Turning into young adults they change so quickly when they go to high school. It's like become like these, well, the maturity, you know what I mean? It's so different. And then they want to do different things. They start wanting to go off and do. It's really hard. They grow up so fast. Hormones are all over the place. Oh my God. That's something else. I mean, I've never experienced girls, but just thinking back to how I was, it's like, yeah. Remember that part very well. Yeah, it's cool though. The feet grow rapidly as well, costs a fortune. Yeah, well, my son buys his own footwear for the best part of things. He does, he gets the joys of him having his little job and that. He likes buying his own clothing and stuff. So there's only the odd time where he might ask me to get him something, but generally speaking, he tends to buy his own stuff. Not quite dry enough to attach itself on. If you're putting on lashes, you put the glue on the band, give yourself about 20 seconds. I was trying to be a bit previous. But hey ho. Yeah, so let's try again. I see people using all these fancy gadgets to put lashes on, you know, like these fancy tweezers and stuff, but my hands just do not like it at all. Yeah, so it's a size 14. Flipping heck, really? 14. So expensive, just the school trips alone. Yeah, and then it's like high school uniform is expensive, and then it's like they go on all these excursions and things. And that also costs so much money, but yeah, but it is, yeah, I mean, thankfully. I remember when I used to keep getting the letters from school. Primary school used to be the worst for needing money sent in for this and this. It just never seemed to end. Always raising money for something to do with the school. Used to drive me scatty. Or it'd be send a donation in for the trip, and then you get some parents that would send next to nothing in, and they could afford it. And those that couldn't afford it were like struggling but felt guilty about sort of sending the whole money in because they had to spend the money, no, save the money from something else. So, you sound like Maria. Do you live in the same area? I think so. She's from this neck of the woods, the predator hunter Maria. That's why she does a lot of the stings, Midlands. Yeah, I'm from Stafford, which is like near to Stoke-on-Trent, Alton Towers neck of the woods. Some people say I sound brummy. My ex-husband was a brummie, so it's like, I suppose bits and pieces, twangs have always stuck. And I used to live in Wales for a bit. So for a while I did sound Welsh as well. Yeah, you do actually. Yeah. So I got the pleasure of meeting Maria when she did the We Stand Together, survivors standing together. There wasn't many that turned out for Stafford, which was such a huge shame. And she did it on a Sunday, so it was like the town itself was absolutely dead. You get the odd persons that were going to the pub, the usual old people, pissheads that would go to for the afternoon drink. But generally speaking, it was such a shame because there were so many people living. I mean, Worcester. I lived in Wales too. I lived in Cheshire, grew up in London, but I lived in Essex. You were brilliant. I was like, I recognise her. Then I realised. And it's like when I watched it back, I was talking to Maria about somebody that I knew that once was a predator. And I didn't realise she was live, and there was me gabbing away with all this as it was like starting up, and she'd just done a bit to live. So I thought she was just like saying like to the like getting people to, you know, like a pre live, quick live, just to say we're going live in a minute type of thing. So there was me talking away, and I thought, oh my God, shut up. But I mean, she was asking the people that were there, because there wasn't many. There was like literally when I was sitting on my scooter waiting outside Stafford Crown Court, there was nobody there, and I was checking on my phone. And thank you, it did really well. I think we should all do a meetup. Oh, that would be cool, wouldn't it? You know, that would be so cool. Yeah, and I was sat outside Stafford Crown Court on Sunday afternoon thinking, there's nobody here. There's nothing. And I thought, have I got the day wrong? And, oh, yeah. And I did. I thought, have I got the day wrong? And I went on, like, the CIM Mids profile for the Predator team, and I messaged and I said, have I got the day wrong? Because she said, oh, that we're doing it today. And I thought, well, maybe it's the bank holiday Monday that she was doing it. And it was like, no, we are coming, type of thing. Anyway, yeah, Maria, there was no sign of her. Then I saw that there was a lady and another lady stood sort of towards where the pub was. And then a fella come along and they hugged him, and I thought, oh, okay, well, I don't think they're waiting for the standing together, but then maybe they are. Don't judge. And I even went to another part of where the court faces the park, thinking, oh, maybe they're stood there. And I went down there, come back. There was no sign. So I thought, right, just sit and wait. And then two of them from this particular group of people went in the pub. And I thought, okay. Yeah, so... Are you in Ramsbottom? Saw your video with Grumpy Vegan Grandad. Who's that then? Oh, to Family 4 Explore. Yeah, Family 4 Explore. I've done a couple of vids with Grumpy. I know that they did a shopping trip. And they've done a few. Let me take this off and redo it. It's not playing ball very well today. No, we're in Cheshire. Yeah, Grumpy's ace. He's fabulous. He's been such a huge support to this channel. He's been really, really helpful. When I've, he's bought me my YouTube lights and my TikTok things, and yeah, it was not a huge turnout for the standing together. Like I said, these three people that were there, I was looking at them, they were looking at me, and I thought, oh, okay, because I was stood by the court, but also against where the pub has got their seating area. And then there's a pub that's just directly over the road as well, and they were sort of looking at it. And the one lady and this fella, they went inside. So I thought, oh, okay, perhaps they're waiting for somebody. And I thought, this is really shite because there's only me here. And then the lady came and sat down. And I said to her, I says, are you waiting for Maria? And she said, yeah. She says, oh, that she's running late because they were organising a couple of stings after. And she says, oh, that she's trying to find somewhere to park. And I says, oh, welcome to Stafford, because this lady she says, oh, I've come on the train and I've come quite a way. So, and then she says, oh, that there's another one that's standing together, I think at Liverpool. So she says, I'm going to try and go to that one as well. And then when Maria did come, I mean, I recognised her from the back of her. He's a genuine guy, very genuine. He is lovely, bless him. He was really, really good. Love his channel and what he does, and it's great. But yeah, when we were sat outside this pub, I mean, this lady, she says, oh, yeah, I'm waiting for Maria. She's having trouble parking. I mean, Maria come past the court at one point, coming up the street where it's a one-way street, and then back down again. And I recognised her because on the stings, I've always seen her from the back, where whoever's doing the filming has always caught like the back of her head, and because she keeps anonymous, she keeps off camera, unlike some of these predator hunters that will talk to camera quite happily. Did you vlog it? I haven't seen it. the survivors standing together with the predator hunters. No, I didn't, because a lot of people who go on camera, they don't want, and it's like the predator teams that are there, like Maria and Shilly was there. They don't want to be put on camera because of the nature of what they do. They like to keep anonymous, so it's like that they can catch predators, because predators do go on these hunting groups to see. They do. They go on these. They go on these hunting groups. I suppose to see if they're being caught. Maria is fantastic. Yeah, it's on CIM Mid's backup. It is on there. CIM Mids, and then there's a Survivors Standing Together page, and it was on there as well. But Maria, she keeps herself anonymous. There we go. Oh, this one took ages to put on. I think because I need to wash them as well. I do wash these once a week. I do get a bit of soap and water and just give them a bit of a rub and just thank you. Aren't they great? I love these stones. But yes, I used my little waxy eyeliner again. I used that to gave it a sharpen, and it did play ball this time. But yeah, so the predator team, they keep themselves away from the camera because they don't want to be identified for obvious reasons. But I know that one time Maria was doing she was doing a sting of this one predator, and it was dark, but there was still lighting enough, and the camera turned round to face her for a few seconds when she was talking to this predator, and she went, "Oh shit," and then she turned it back round. So I recognised her from that. And I thought, well, she always mentions that she wears lashes. No, I'm not going anywhere. Just the living room and the kitchen. Yeah, and she went, I thought, right, she always talks about her lashes and hair extensions. So I thought, right, I'm going to be able to identify her from that. And she is very tanned. I've got to say, she's very, very tanned. She's very, very quite orangey looking. Yeah, but she put a profile picture on page once for a bit. Yeah, she did, but with like one of those, what do you call them? The filters, that's it. So it had like a dog's nose and ears and stuff. So you could see her, but you couldn't see her at the same time. And so I sort of identified her through that. And yeah, and she's very, very pleasant. I mean, she asked me what my story was, because I'd only contacted her just before they did this Survivor Standing Together. And then she asked me my story. And I said, I've not personally been through child abuse, thankfully. But for me, I have an affinity and totally understand what it is like to be abused, because I've been through domestic abuse 5 times. And so I know what it's like to go through it, the trauma and the feeling of where you never forget how I hated how people would say to me, "Oh, it's been X amount of years now, you should be over it by now." You don't forget trauma, you don't forget what's happened to you. The mental scarring never goes away. And I said, I've got, I didn't want to identify who it was, because I thought, well, I don't know who's watching the actual, the live, and the person that's been through the abuse. I didn't want to sort of highlight All right, don't use the A word. You'll get kicked off the live. Just be careful. Okay. TT don't like truth. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the person that had been through what they'd been through, I didn't want to do so people would identify who it was, because they only had told certain people. And, and I thought, well, I don't want it to be sort of too public. No, not being rude, that's fine. And so I just said that it was somebody that I knew very, very well, a mature person that's been through it. I mean, somebody would probably twig who it would be, but I thought at the end of the day, I don't want to sort of, everyone deals with trauma differently. I held everything in my abuser was just let out. Yeah, thank you for the finger heart. And this is why I started doing the makeup for me, because it was a bit of a release, a bit of, where I've been really upset and going through a lot of mental scarring and everything. It was like a bit of an outlet to sort of chill me out and forget about pain, if you like, although you can't forget about pain when it's constantly at you all the time, but it's like a release, to think of something else, a distraction. That's the word I'm looking for, distraction. So that's what I would like, what I did. A bit of distraction therapy. Maybe that's a good word. That's a big word for me. I'm so sorry, the CPS are so wrong. Well, yeah. And the person that had been through what I was wanting to speak out about was a person that had been through it like in the 50s. Where it was not talked about, and a big hush hush. So it's like all these older celebrities like Jimmy Savile and all that, how they've not been, these people have not come forward, because for them, it's like they weren't believed, because they were a little child, and to say that, that person did this to me, is like, it's like they don't get believed the same. I know it's hard, because when I came forward with my what happened to me, the police basically blamed my medication, even though I was in hospital, and I had taken photographs of things that had happened. I got footage on my phone, and they just said that it was down to the medication that I was on, because I was in with sepsis and psoriasis. I wasn't in sepsis and cellulitis. My leg looked like a burnt piece of meat, basically, and all my organs were shutting down. So for me, it was a life or death situation. But it also helped me, because I was able to step back and see him for the person he was. Hey, Chrissey. Yeah, and I don't know. It just was a big help to me, because I was able to step back and see what actually was going on, away from things. And he wanted me to be on the phone to him at all times. He saw when I was on my Facebook. He would see me when I was in hospital, and he wanted to know who my visitors were. He hated the fact that the male nurses, I knew them by their name. I was on a ward that was filled with dementia patients due to the fact, you found it, Chrissy love, he says. Oh, yeah. Hi. So for me, it was a case of, I was on that ward, and I didn't mind it, it was really sad being on there, with people that were older and struggling, regressing back to childhood and acting like little children. And yeah, it was horrible because I had a gran that had gone through dementia, but they had me there because of me being so disabled, and I needed certain attention with my medication that was being pumped into me all the time. And yeah, so for me, that's why I was on that ward. Some of the nurses didn't like me because I was an extra pair of eyes and ears. And yeah, yeah, yes, I did. Love you too. Oh. But yeah, yeah, I was reporting things that were going on to people in the hospital, you know. But hey, that's a different thing. But yeah, when I reported what was happening to me, away from the hospital and what the kind of person he was, the police did nothing. Basically, they were useless. I had my son that was at home, and my parents didn't know anything about what was going on. I didn't tell them. I kept it all to myself until after I came out from hospital, and then bit by bit, when I was getting stronger, and 3 months down the line, was starting to really like not want him around and stuff. But I needed him there, because when I was out from hospital with my cellulitis, we were out in the middle of nowhere, so I needed having your dinner now. Oh, lovely. So when I was away from the hospital, I needed somebody to be my carer. So it took me 3 months to start of keep talking to people about what was happening at home. Just reaching out to various counselling things and helping me mentally get stronger. And it took a further 3 months to like say, right, given this time date, I want you out and gone, you know, you and your stuff gone. So yeah, I can relate to all of that. And then in that 3 month period, because he thought, oh, she won't, he didn't take me seriously. And then I gave him a date and I said, right, pack your stuff, you're going. And eventually he did go, but he thought, oh, I'll give it a week. She won't cope without me. She's too disabled. She needs my help.
Mother!
I'm still live, you know.
I know you are. That's why I did it.
Oh.
We're going.
Okay. Bye.
Later.
Hi, bye.
Bye.
Yeah. So, yeah. But yeah, I went on that Survivors Standing Together to sort of say that basically the trauma never leaves when you're a survivor of, DV, that the abuse never leaves you. You can talk about it to counsellors. Some counsellors are absolutely brilliant, and those that are loads are rubbish. And thank you. You know, you always have me to talk to, and you know that. I know that, and I thank you. I appreciate that. Both you, Nikki, Lucy, and Tracey as well. That has been also there watching this live and stuff. I appreciate you all. You know, it's you know, I can. Now my son's gone out, you know, he's not ears flapping and stuff. It's a bit easier now. But yeah, you see, all my friends have disappeared because of my health issues. I used to have a few people, not a big circle of friends, but they all used to be around, but they've all dropped off as my health has got worsened and stuff. It's like they're always got an excuse of, oh, I'm busy, I'm doing this, I'm washing the cat, you know, that kind of thing. And they all disappeared. So this is why I'm on social media such a lot. Just to, as a bit of company. So it's like when someone goes live, Nikki, Chrissey, even Shaky Bonnie, you know, when she goes live, it's like, it's an interaction. You know, sometimes I drop in, then drop out. You know, I watch for so long, and then it's like I try to sort of please as many people as possible, because it's like, and it's hard. I know you can't please everybody all of the time, but I know there's a handful of people that tend to go live with the makeup and stuff all at the same time, because it's all your different time zones to me. So it's like, I try to sort of stay on as much as possible. Sometimes I just completely forget. I can be going to do something and then I'm like, what did I do? And then it's like, oh shit, yeah, I was watching so-and-so and they were live. Thank you for the gift. And then it's like hours later, I'd be like thinking, what am I doing? It's like when I put food in the oven and then I forget about it and my son's like, what's cooking? And I'm like, oh yeah, food. And it's like cremated, and sometimes I try and eat it and then I'm like, no, I can't eat this. But yeah, that's why I go on social media, and some, like my son's like, oh, you're glued to that thing. And I said, because you have got your health. You can go out, you go to college, you interact with friends. It's like people that go out to work, they interact. Lovely lady, always here if you need. You can relate. I know, and I appreciate that too. I tried explaining this when on my Instagram, and I heard people say to me, oh, I don't see people either. And I'm thinking, well, actually, they say, oh, all I do is I go to work, and then I go shopping, and that's it. And I'm thinking, yeah, but when you go to work, you're still interacting with people. You're still having an adult conversation. I've got the cats to talk to. They don't talk back, not all of them. They might meow back at me and I'm sort of having a conversation with them, but it's not the same as human interaction. And my son, he's like here, and half the time he's either in his bedroom doing his own stuff. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Or he's out, he's at college, or he's got his girlfriend now that was here a minute ago and gone again. So yeah, but thank you. I think you got your finger stuck. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for the gifts. Yeah, so it's like when I get my cleaners they come once a week. And it's like people say to me, oh, well, they're company for you. And I said, well, yeah, I get that. Not the same since I had to give up work a year ago. They come and I know them and we can chit chat, but they're doing a job on a time slot of like an hour and they've got to be out. And so for me, it's like they come, they might talk to me briefly, but it's not a proper conversation. And it's like I can be outside doing a little bit of gardening about in my little gardening patch outside my flat. And somebody that lives upstairs might be coming down to go out and they'll say hi and we might chit chat for a minute or two, but they're always in a hurry. Gotta go, gotta do this, gotta do that. So there's no real conversation now, and I'm quite aware of it because when I don't see people, I do have a tendency to talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. I know I can say to my mum and dad, like when I phone them, I could be on the phone for like an hour and a half because it's like the only conversation that I've had for like, it's like saving it all up. So I do become aware of that I do chit chat or I go the other way because I'm so used to not seeing people. It's like I forget how to interact and chit chat. But I find that going live on here, I've not noticed. Yeah. I'm like thinking, shut up now, enough. But yeah, it's like, I can go the other way, but then it's like I can talk and talk and talk as well. And like if I see somebody like that I used to work with and we get talking, I go through their checkout, it's like I've only got a couple of bits and people are like, oh, do you want to go in front? I'm like, no, it's fine. Because I know that I'm going to talk and talk. And if I find the right one that I miss chatting to, because it's when I don't work, I used to work at Asda on the checkouts or what is known as Walmart in the States. And I have a tendency to go to the ones that I used to really interact with and used to really have a good chit chat with, not the ones that used to want to report me for not talking or not doing or not being smiley enough or I used to get some that were just really, really bitchy, you know, and it is what it is. You know, you get clicky ones that would click with each other and they wouldn't understand about my health and I'd be in late. Or one time I woke up when I should be finishing my shift and they put me down as AWOL, missing without leave, without any reason. I used to be taken upstairs so often over appearance. And at the time it was down to going through domestic abuse. And yeah, so I was in a very dark place and feeling really shit, well, really, really pants with my health, struggling massively. And I did find it very, very hard. So, and then it came to the point of like where I went off on sick. The last day that I worked at Asda was, I went into work the night before. I had a really funny feeling down the one side of my face. It felt all prickly. Where's the empathy with these people? So they looked at me, nobody asked me because I looked so depressed. There'd be times I would just sit and cry on the checkouts. I had migraines such a lot at the time. They never would ask me, is everything okay? Are you okay? You know, it was like they weren't interested. All they were interested in is the fact that I wasn't smiley enough. I wasn't this, I wasn't that. I wasn't asking the right questions on the checkout. Because it's like they give you a set load of things to ask customers and stuff, and sometimes they'll send you mystery shoppers, and it didn't matter the fact that I got 100% with one mystery shopper. It's the one bad day that they cling on to, and you know, and sometimes I'd have trouble with buttons, and there was a time where I'd go down to the checkouts and I had them all buttoned up wrong, so they were longer one side than the other, and I never noticed, and they made a big thing out of that and stuff. And my depression and anxiety was really, really bad, you know, and that's what they were like. But yeah, I had a prickling on my feeling in my face. It was like someone was doing this constantly. And I was like, what is this? And I had a piercing at the time, which was just here, just under my lip. And I thought, well, perhaps it's irritated a nerve in my face. And I went out because I used to go to a Zumba class and I was really bad at it with all my health issues, but I used to go for the interaction. Yeah, exactly. You're just a number. And I'd been to my Zumba class the night before, and I was trying to drink from a water bottle and I couldn't drink. It was like the water was just, and in the end I gave up because I was just soaking myself, and I thought, this is really weird. And I even said to my other half at the time, I said, I feel funny. One side of my face feels weird. And it was like he wasn't interested, but then he was just a prat anyway, you know, full of his own. All he was concerned about was getting enough beer money, and that was that. So yeah, next day I woke up, got myself sorted out for work, still felt weird in the face like this, like someone was prickling. I can relate what you're saying because I'm in a dark place right now with depression. It's really, really hard. And people don't understand. They think, pull yourself together. There's times where I don't eat. I'm not bothered about eating. I will eat because I make myself eat something. I can be away from people, and it's hard. It's like part of it isolates yourself away because you just don't want to be around smiley, happy people. People look at you like, pull yourself together. You should, be able to snap out of it. That thing happened to you ages ago. Why are you like this? and, you know, they make you feel worse. And it's only when a celebrity dies from depression, you know, like the presenter Caroline Flack, for example, all of a sudden it was all over social media, Facebook. You could not move from my door is open, I'm here if you want to talk to me. And people do, they go, yeah, it's the same way here, I'm doing that right now. And, you know, and it would make me so angry, posts of people like, oh, I'm here if you want to talk. This isn't a copy and paste. I'm here if you need me. And I'm thinking, and yeah, be kind, you know, is exactly it. And I used to comment on people's Facebook posts where I would say, you know, why are you putting this? Because it's a load of rubbish. It's just a knee-jerk reaction to a celebrity passing. A few days later, it's all back to normal. People are back to trolling people, and they're just back to being horrible and wearing a person down again, whatever the situation is. And it is horrible, horrible. And I just think, you know, you don't understand what a person is going through. And depression is hard. Mental health is hard to deal with, and you can have counsellors and it's like they're not interested. And like I said on this people standing together thing, the counsellors, you go in for the session, you're in for an hour, they go through this listing every time. Like they'll ask you scales of 1 to 10. How are you feeling? 10 is like the absolute, like you want to end your life. 1 is like where you feel absolutely amazing. And they go through all these set questions time after time after time after time after time. And by the time they've gone through all that and they're doing this, the session then starts, and you've got about 20 minutes left of your session to get out. And they're like, what do you want to talk about? And I'm thinking, well, you're the counsellor. Don't you want to give me some things to interact with? And then they said, we're not allowed to give advice. And I'm thinking, well, actually, why not? Because this is what I want. And my counsellors were absolutely rubbish. They were, or as I say, they're absolutely pants. I'm sure Americans must think, what the hell is she talking about? If I say that something is pants, it's rubbish. It's something that we Brits say that I haven't heard for ages, but I always say it. Yeah, they don't understand. That's why I quit going. Oh, they want to give you depression, you know, the tablets. And I've said, well, the trauma is still going to be there. I don't want to take something to help do something in your head, make you feel a bit happier. I feel that what's the point? Because the problem is still there. It's like putting a plaster over the patch. That's why I stopped going for mine. They gave me the diagnosis, yeah, you've got depression and anxiety. But I thought, I don't want to be talking to some stranger about it when they're like completely glazed over in the eyeballs and they don't understand. It's an oversized quote. I'm feeling depressed. Everyone can have an off day, but depression is much more. Exactly. People just think, oh, you're just feeling a bit sad, a bit sorry for yourself. You're having a pity party, and that's it. And I wanted to do the survivors standing together with these hunters when they actually came to my hometown. I jumped at it. I wasn't going to do it. A part of me was like, no, you can't do it. You can't be on Facebook Live in front of like thousands of people, because they do have a huge following, rather than me sitting here and talking to 4 people. You know, this is something else, and you're standing there with a microphone, and, you know, I mean, Maria did she says, oh, because there was only a handful of people there for this, rather than a load that said, oh, we'll travel to Stafford, we'll come down from Birmingham, we'll come from, you know, further afield and stuff, and we'll come for this. But they didn't. There was 4 of us that were there, and it was like, oh, okay. And the 3 people that were stood there, they didn't want to talk. And I thought, well, this is a bit pointless then if you're not going to talk. So I said, you know what, I'll do it. I thought, well, someone's got to do it. Otherwise, it's completely pointless. And she might not want to come back to our neck of the woods again. I was diagnosed with PTSD, and a lot of people don't know that. It is so difficult to talk about any form of DV or anything else through trauma. It's hard to talk about, and this is why I used to like going on a Facebook group rather than actually going into a room with this person that's sitting there that's got a degree in psychology and whatnot, and got a clipboard, and they're ticking their check sheet and not really commenting back or anything, because they were all survivors of DV, whether it was mental or physical, and they were all from the other side of the world, most of them from America. Angie Atkinson, that ran the actual group, she does so many videos and things on abuse, and she's fantastic. And I followed her, and I overdosed on her stuff while I was in hospital, trying to come to terms with what was happening to me. And she was amazing. And it was just good because she used to do these Zoom sessions, and I'd be interacting with people from all over the world that also had been through the same kind of things that I'd been through, and we could all relate, and we could all sort of say, well, yeah, that happened to me, and this is how I dealt with that bit of that situation, and how I cope with everything. So for me, it was help. It was a great help for me, and that's what I did. So, and then when I went on this Survivor Standing Together, and Maria, the hunter, she was like, do you want to go first? Because you seem to have the knack, the ability to be able to just, and I thought, I'm absolutely shaking inside. I really was. I was like this. But it was like, do you know what? I'm going to do it, because if everybody's like, oh, I can't do it, somebody's got to be first. Somebody's got to be first. And I thought, if she might not want to come back to Stafford again, and then she was going to go on to what happened to her. And I've heard her story now quite a few times, and what happened to her was from a very, very young age, over a lot of years, with various people, some that she was related to, some that she was not. GPs keep trying to push talking therapy on me, but don't think I can discuss my life with a stranger. What I would suggest is going on a Facebook group, or what I did was, there was a network of support that I had that was local. And what they did was because we had the lockdown sessions, so we weren't all interacting in the same room. So it was all done through Zoom. And there was, I'm trying to think now, it was about 8 of us all together. 6 were survivors, and the other 2 were survivors, but they were also therapists. And so that for me was more beneficial than some person just sitting there with a clipboard and just going, yeah, okay, yeah, we've got 10 minutes left, that kind of thing. So it was much more beneficial. Sometimes I found it very hard, because we were all in there for the same purpose, the same kind of abuse. Thank you, nice makeup, thank you. So we were all in that room for the same reason, even though we were all on Zoom, and we all had to keep it like what was on the chat thing had to stay, so you could either interact through chit-chatting, or you could keep your camera off or on. I started off with the camera off and then I would go on to it later, but I found that it was so much more beneficial to me going through an actual abuse led group than these therapists that claim to help and to know all about mental health issues and all sorts of different kinds, but they were just stone, eyeballs, just completely not listening and just awful. So that's what I did. But when the chance come up to talk on the survivors standing together, I went for it. I did it, and it was hard. It was very hard, being on this Facebook Live, talking with like thousands watching you rather than a couple. And it was really hard. I started off talking a little bit, saying that I went through trauma and, and I understand what it is like when you have, people saying that. And thank you. Yeah, I get that. You do well. And it was the fact that we were talking. Well, I was talking, but I was looking at Shelley whilst she was. And Maria then moved from one side because I was trying to focus on an object because I thought otherwise I'll lose my train of thought. And I thought I need to remember what I'm talking about. And then Maria come to the side. And so I was sort of talking to her. And then when I was sort of running out of things to talk about, then she'd pinpoint different things and I would interact. But yeah, I know somebody that's been through that at a very young age in the 50s. And it's really, really hard what happened because this person kept it to themselves up until about 8 years ago. And then this person had been to the doctors, came to my home to talk, and after being out and about, came to see how they got on and said, do you know something? I've told somebody for the first time, and this happened to me when I was 10. So imagine that's a lot of years from the 50s to basically keep it to yourself. And, he said, I've been talking to somebody about it for the first time ever. I've never told anybody, and this is why I suffer really badly with depression and anxiety, because this person is now dead, and I'm living with this trauma of what happened to me. This person suffers with severe depression and anxiety, had almost committed suicide at work. We worked together, and this person was rounding up things around the shop and went outside and saw the river that's by the side of where we worked and almost jumped in and wanted to end the life. Someone came along that saw this person in an absolute broken state, and this person offloaded. And there's been so many times now where this person really, really struggles. Is still here, but really struggles with it all. And I wanted to emphasise that abuse, whether it's domestic or child or, the person lives with this trauma forever. They will go through this a life sentence, whereas the person that inflicted it moves on. And it's hard, and it really is. And it's like all my previous abusers, because I've been through this 5 times, they will be on to their next victim. They will play the, oh, she did this to me, you know, she did that to me, she was the problem. But, and then the person that they're with will be like, oh, that's awful. What a nasty piece of work she was. Aren't you glad she got away from you, you know, got out, well, that you moved on. And then, yeah, and then they will find out that that person who's being all wonderful is going to be exactly the same, because they can't keep an act up forever. Yeah, that's what they do. I was the worst person in the world, exactly. You know, the one thing that I hate is the fact that 2 of my abusers, sort of, one I'm not likely to bump into, the other one I've bumped into a couple of times. Yeah, and I've actually quite enjoyed it, because the first time that I bumped into one, he had his latest victim with him, and all his victims were disabled, because he would want to go for the car and whatever else he could get out of that person. And yeah, and this person, I raced over. My walking wasn't very good, and I couldn't get to him fast enough. And then he stopped, and he was too busy looking on his phone. I actually shouted at the top of my voice, you know, telling her what he was. And he was there laughing, you know, all smirky and laughing, and then telling her what a lunatic I was. I'm a nutter. Oh, look what I got away from, and all the rest of it. So you can do as much as you can to, you know, where you know that they've moved on to another victim. You can sort of warn the person as much as possible, but at the end of the day, oh, thank you. They will still make out that you are the problem. You're the person that caused this. You know, they're good at it. The manipulation, they know exactly how to do it. And of course, he was standing there smirking. I wanted to just sort of knock his block off, basically. I really did, because he was just smirking, and oh, the poor me. And she just looked at me completely blank, and I felt really sorry for her. And he was with her for years, and he doesn't live far away from where I am now, and he's a delivery driver as well. So I'm really nervous when I order anything, and this is why I order the same things, because I don't want him to turn up at my flat. So, but that's what I've done. But I will say that therapy like that is good. But it's pointless at the same time when you're trying to warn them what kind of person that they're going to be dealing with. But they aren't going to believe a word of what you've said. It's a good job I don't work for a makeup company, isn't it? My time slot of like an hour would be like well and truly over. They'd be like, you're sacked, you're fired. No. They would. They'd be like, flipping heck, she talks too much. I never thought about it till just. I'm thinking, how long have I been on here? Everybody's had their food, they've been out to town, they've come back, and I'm still here talking. My son's gone out now with his girlfriend. He'll probably be coming back, and I'm still on here live. He'll be like, flipping heck, look at you, chopping away still. But hey, never mind. So I've just put a bit of this setting powder on. I need to get some setting spray and stuff, but hey ho. But yeah, that's why I did the standing together. I just wanted to get it out there. And then it's like, it doesn't just happen to women, it happens to men too. But men tend to be like this macho image. And this is why I'm glad that this Johnny Depp and Amber Heard case is out. I mean, there are people that are like, oh, you know, it's all celebrity stuff, and why are they doing this all this time later? And I'm like, well, it's good, to be honest, because, you know, Johnny Depp is talking about it, his experiences, all his photographs, all his evidence is all there on the table. Hers is just an absolute load of bull crap. And the stuff that she comes out with, we had arguments. I think to myself, yeah, you're saying exactly like what mine used to say, my last one. We argued. And I'd say, well, you were arguing. I was sat cowering and crying, and you were throwing stuff at me and pouring hot coffee all over my stuff, and that got ruined, you know. You know, I know who I believe in this case, and it's certainly not her. So, but yeah, just added a little bit of this lime green highlight. I quite like this. It's just pretty and just adds a little bit of oomph and goes nice with the pink and all the other bits and bobs that I've used. Right, which wig shall I use? I'm going to go for this again. I tell you, the person that made a comment about me wearing this, I never thought a comment would hurt so much. And it was about the fringe and it being short. And the thing I like about the wigs when they come is you customise them to what suits you. I mean, I hate hair in my eyes, but I have thought about buying a second one of these. So I've got one with a longer fringe on. And I thought, well, who am I doing it for? Me or them? But we'll see. This is what it looks like on the inside. These are all lacy, so they are comfortable, they're breathable fabrics. So when it's really, really hot, they are not going to make your head sweat. Where's your lippy? Being told off now. Where's your lippy? Put it on. Oh dear, let me get to it now. Hang on. Sorting it out, Mum. Sorting it out. Exactly. Treat yourself. These little bad boys, I love these. Look at this. This is my favourite. I want this in a big size. I don't know if you can get it. I know Nikki and Chrissey. Sorry, see, this is what I'm like with my fibro. It's like I can remember people's names and then suddenly it's like they're gone. And it's like, what's her name? And I've known them for ages, but it's like I can still be like, what's her name? And I'm thinking mentally different names on a checklist. I go through the letters of the alphabet until something sticks and I go, oh yeah, it's you. I'm terrible for it, honestly. A friend that I've known since primary days, and it's like I can forget. I forget the name. Hang on, let me just. I hit a foundation glade stuck to my lip. My son would be like, what did you say? I do it all the time, honestly. Or I can go into a shop and think, what the hell did I want? And it's the very thing that I needed. And I'll go, well, what's it called? My son will be like, what's it called? I'll be like, I don't know. Purple thing. And I have to do like a game, like a game of charades. I'll go, purple thing. And he's like, what? What does it look like? Purple, ball, like round shape, vegetable. And he'll go, and I'm going through the letters of the alphabet until something seems right. And I'll go, aubergine. And that's what I do. All the time. Now then, should I do this one? Or pink? I have got some other ones, and I've not used my melon one yet, but it doesn't quite go. I want some nudie colour ones. hang on. So we've got this one, which would go with the pink there, which is quite like a pearly one. It's gorgeous. I like this one though. If they do this in a big one, and then I'll go for that, but I want a big one. These ones are sold out now. I was hoping the interest wouldn't be there and then next week I could buy some more, but I've got that one. That one. See, Nikki's quite good at merging colours together and creating a new one. Well, there's that one, but I think that one's a bit too dark for this look. I'm thinking the purple one, but these are great. These are from Spoiled Lips. So yeah, I like this one. Let me just pop it on. Stop talking for a minute. Always miss a tiny bit. I like this one. This is my favourite. I'll be gutted when this one runs out. I will. Yeah, this is Spoiled Lips. This is from the States. It's vegan and cruelty free. And it dries on. It's gorgeous. Both Chrissey and Nikki sell for them. I do have a discount code. I did get one approved the other day. I was like, get in. My code's vegan1. Vegan1. So vegan and the number 1. I only got it the other day. But I don't think I'll be selling, like, as in, like, selling for them. Because I just can't be doing with all the palaver that goes with it, I don't think. But yeah, this dries and it stays on. It's really, really good. I love it. It's one of my favourites. And then there's a little gloss as well. Aren't they cute? And then when this is dried, I'll put that on a little bit as well, just to give it a bit of shine. Right. So yeah, let me try again with this wig. This is Azure. I do like it. It took me a bit of time. I think because it's so blue on the top and then it goes into this. I thought, I don't know. Do I like it? Do I not? It's one of those. And I just think when I've got a headband come, that I will love it more. But see, I've tried pulling this further forward and stuff, or further back, I should say, pulled it further back. But then it's like where the ear bits are, it doesn't sit right on me if I change it. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know. But I think when I've got one of those headbands on, it will just change how it looks again. I don't know, it's just me, I think. Because there's like blue all here and then it suddenly goes. If it was more ombre this way, I think I'd like it more. I don't know, it's just me. And maybe it's down to the fact that person made a comment and it's just made me feel a bit self-conscious. I don't know. Sometimes I take constructive criticism rather well, and sometimes I struggle. And then because I've had someone have a laugh at me, you know, wearing it, one of the other wigs, I just felt really self-conscious. So I don't know. But But it's like, I mean, I've played around with this. I mean, if I pull this right back, so it's like there, but then it doesn't sit right. So I thought, well, if I've got another one with a longer fringe on it, you know, so it's like I've got it here. I don't know. But then when I go to the hairdressers, my fringe point of where I have a parting is around about this kind of place. So it's as natural to how I would have it as possible. And I have a very short fringe because I can't stand my hair in my eyes. And I can't bear it touching my face. Because then when I get it touching my face, I become quite itchy. And I feel like cobwebs, walking through cobwebs, feeling. I know I get that anyway with my fibromyalgia. But I do. Sorry if I'm talking too much now. It's like once you start, it can't stop me. Oh, I do get a bit carried away with myself sometimes, but hey. I should have my curling things come tomorrow as well, because I want to put some drop curls back into a couple of my wigs. Kaleidoscope being one of them, and the other one, you all have all your fringes like that. I know, but some are longer, or they feel, no, some are definitely longer than this one. But it's this kind of length, so I don't know. I think it's just the style, isn't it? And I've always had mine short, super short, always, because I just hate my hair in my eyes. And I have got a really big, one of those big crossover headbands coming. It's coming from China, so it's taking forever to turn up. I know it's how you feel comfortable. Yours look great. Yours look fantastic when you went yesterday to see the scripts. I'm so jealous, I tell you. It looked amazing. You both looked really, really good. I hope your daughter had a good time. I bet she did, you know. It's what I miss with my health issues. Me and my mum used to go and see Strictly. Strictly Come Dancing. I used to take her. We used to go on the train. Mum said a few times that this may end, you know, at one point because of your health and stuff. And yeah, I used to love it. We used to go Birmingham, we used to go and have lunch. And then we'd go for the show, and it was great. I really loved it. And it used to be our time. We used to go and have a look round a few of the shops, and then we'd get the train, go back with all our goodies. And yeah, and it was fun. But over time, oh, thank you, we loved it. But over time, it's, you know, your health worsens. If you're fortunate, great. But when your health worsens, and our last road trip was to Motor Points in Nottingham. We went and saw Strictly there. It took us 45 minutes to get there. It was a straight run down, absolutely fantastic. I said to my mum, I was deep breaths all the way, because it's like my ex used to drive us to all these destinations. So Birmingham was always the place. He used to drive and pick us up, so we never had to think about travelling when my health really deteriorated. But then it was like, I wouldn't want to do Birmingham because it's so crazy, all the roads and how people drive and stuff. And it's a lot more busier and congested. But when we went and saw Strictly at Motorpoint, I hadn't slept. I was feeling absolutely rubbish. I got to the front door. My mum was like, are you sure you want to go? Because you look awful. And I thought, look, I'm here now. We'll go. And And I was absolutely terrified. I'm such a nervous driver anyway, I really am. But that was just something else. I was so frightened of driving down there. But I did it. We got down there. I had a huge way when we got there. Even my mum was like, well done. I was like, oh, I need a drink now after all that trauma of driving there. But we got there and parked up. I managed to get a parking space right outside the building. Somebody was just going as I was turning up, so that was perfect timing. With my back end sticking out of this parking space, it was like this big stretch. And it did say that if you're not in the box, you may get a ticket. So it was like, do you know what? Hard enough. I'm abandoning the car. So we went, and it took us 45 minutes to get there. Over 3 hours. I know I did struggle up the steps as we were quite high up. It was very stressful on the metro. Yeah, this is what I would worry about, is travelling on a train with my chair, because you have to have people to get you on and off. And I've seen people that are disabled that have done lives from, there was one lady, she did a live from Blackpool. She had a son that was disabled also, and she had brittle bone and she could not get out of the chair. She'd booked for someone to come to help her on, and the person wasn't there, so they couldn't let her on. So she couldn't get back from where she lived, and she was an absolute wreck. We were crammed in together. My anxiety was quite high. So this is the thing. This is what you think, 2022, that they would be more disabled friendly on public transport, and they're not. I've not done a bus or anything. This is why I still have my car. I've got mine with Motability, and I'm fortunate, and I hope they never take it away from me. See, I've got a manual. No, I've got automatic. And, I could have my car more adapted if I needed it. I've got hoist brackets on this, so I've got a hoist that I clamp onto my chair, and then I press the button and it lifts it up and in. And I've got it for a scooter as well. And it's just amazing to have these items to make my life a bit easier. The last time we went to Birmingham was when, it wasn't last time, it was the time before when we went to Birmingham. The last time we got dance floor side seats at Birmingham. The time before that, I was with my stick. My legs and my feet were really unsteady. And I had people, because we were going out, and people were pushing us up the stairs. And it was the most terrifying thing ever. When you're struggling with mobility and you've got people pushing you and pushing and pushing. And I'm like, hang on a minute. And it's terrifying. It was the last train and we were all stood up together like sardines. Oh, no. You see, when I've got the bus, and there was a lady that was heavily pregnant, and all the school kids that we were on it wouldn't get up. And I actually went over to one, and I says, stand, because she needs to sit down. And she was like, oh, it's fine. And she was heavily pregnant and she had a little one. And I was like, no, it's not fine. I says, you need to sit down. Charlie. Oh. So, yeah, it does piss me off. What public transport is like with disabled people, I think is disgusting. We need to be looked after better than what we are in this day and age. It's crazy. Yeah, I had that too when using the stairs. It was terrifying. It is. People expect you to be, it's like when we caught the train, and at that time I was still walking, but in a lot of pain, walking from the station to the whatever it was, NIA, I think. The first couple of times we went, and Birmingham was like struggling with all these building works that were going on, and then the contract was lost, and there was all this. it was like going through a building site through the main parts of Birmingham, and you'd have to go further away to go to where you needed to be. You could see there, but you had to go all around the houses to get to it. And there were people, because we had to go up and down some really cramped steps, and people were pushing and shoving me down the stairs. And I was like, look, I need to see where the step ends. And I was terrified. So, yeah, I can totally relate. And it was horrible. But you would think that, you know, it's like you book for somebody to help you onto a train, that you should be able to get on and off safely. They were on about some kind of an app to help with disabled, where you book and it's got like a person's face of who is going to be helping you on. I don't know if that's happened. I don't think it has. So, yeah. I just thought, right, that's it. Let me use this comb a minute. But I am quite paranoid with this particular wig. It's like, is it sitting right? Does it look okay? And if I look at myself in a mirror further back, I look all right. But with this one, I don't know. I think it's just the colouring on it. Because it's patchy here. Yeah, people just want to get where they're going fast, and they just don't understand. They don't get it. And I'm hard when it comes to, you know, when I go to a supermarket and someone asks, do you want any help? I find it hard to say yes, please. I do. Sometimes I find it really hard, and then I think, why did I say no? I'm all right, thank you. I honestly do. I find that. But I'm learning now. See, this is great. This is dried on. Look, it's not coloured the gloss. And this will have like a sticky-ish to it, but I love it. And this set was in their sale. It's all gone now. There you go. I think it's lovely. You're just not used to the colour. I know. I think that probably is the thing for me. And it's a different style because it's like a bob, but it's not shaped like a bob. Like I tried on Dream Seeker, and there's a big difference between this one and that one. And I think it is down to the shape, because it's like more like a flattened bob, which is more like what I would normally have when I've had bobs and they've shaped them. I've hated it. I've then gone upstairs and washed it and got all the styling out. And I think probably it is. And because it's how it's ombreed as well. For me, it's different. But when I step back, it's like, oh, okay, I quite like this. But I think when I have a headband on, because I've got this one ordered, I hope it turns up. It's ridiculous. I've even tried playing around with bits of folded up tissue just to see. It does break it up, so maybe. Dream Seeker's got more volume. It's a different. I've just got to keep thinking to myself, it's a different style. This is more like a graduated bob, you know, that kind of a thing. It's different, and I've just got to go with it and get used to it. And I think maybe that's what it is. And I think it is because it's ombreed here. It looks different. And I've just got to get used to the different layout of colour. Yeah, Dream Seeker's got a different look. And I actually noticed that Dream Seeker's got more fringing on it, similar to this. Thank you for all the likes, by the way. It's really appreciated. I think it just needs something for me just to break it up just a touch, and then I'll be really happy. But I do like it. And I've had people come up to me. A lady in Tesco's was like, oh, I've got to tell you, your hair's amazing. And I was like, thank you. I wasn't going to turn around and say it's a wig. But, you know, I thought, no. I did, you know, to start off with, when I first started wearing wigs, yeah, You will get used to it. It's just different. I think so. And I can't wait for mermaid blue to turn up, because that is going to be different again. My one rotten apple that I have got more fringing on it, and it's like blue blush again. I've got more fringing on that, but I like to have different lengths of different styles, because there's days where I just can't cope with a fringe in front of me, but I like to have quite a blunt sort of but choppy fringe. So I try to go for that. Sweeping fringes don't work for me, because when I look down, it's like they just go like a curtain and go straight across the eyes. So yeah, I can't wait for mermaid blue to turn up. I think it'll turn up tomorrow, and I probably will have a letterbox letter come through that'll say they tried to deliver, but I wasn't in because I've got the hospital and it's early. So unless my son is here he might be home tomorrow. Yeah, girlfriend's here, so he'll be here. I think he's finished college anyway now, but he can listen out for the door. And I've got my hair curler things coming as well. I want to get these curls that have dropped in blue blush and kaleidoscope as well. There's just elements of it that just look a bit untidy. So I just want to get this one. I got this off eBay, these the curlers. I looked at one in Asda, but it had only one setting, and I thought, well, I don't want to burn them. So this one's got like 5 heat settings on, so I'll only need it on the lowest setting, just to get a bit of oomph back into it. So that's going to be fun. So I'll be playing hairdressers when that arrives. That'll be another vlog. So yeah, at least Postman won't end up in Adam's room. Yeah, that was funny. I couldn't believe that. Postman, he was, because the wigs, they're meant to be signed for, but they'll often try, if they can push them through, because we live in a block of flats, and you're not allowed to leave anything outside on the outside the door in the corridors. If we get the fire officer come, they will just take it and confiscate it. It wouldn't go missing if they left it outside the front door, and I wish that they would just leave them on the doorstep, but they won't do it. They're not allowed to leave parcels in the corridor, fire hazard and all that, and they just get confiscated. So anyway, which one was it? It was rotten apple, that was right. He was trying to push, because rotten apple's long, so there's a lot more hair in the parcel with the comb, and yeah, this brush got stuck. So, and he says your hairbrush has got it. When I opened the door, it was like he was there trying to push it through, and I was shouting. I don't think he heard me. I'm coming. Stop pushing, it's fine, I'm coming. I've got it, I'm coming. And as I opened the door, he was really pushing, and he was like, he went flying through my front door, and it was so funny. So funny. And anyway, he says, it got stuck on your comb, and I was like, oh gosh. So he knows what's in there. Well, he doesn't, but he could feel. It's like when you get Christmas presents and you're feeling around trying to find what it is and trying to guess the item. And so this got stuck in the letterbox, and he couldn't pull it back, but he couldn't push it either at the time. But he managed to get it out and give it me. So, but at least he'll be here to get the. That sounds right. I know, push and pull. But yeah, I am not used to it. It's just a different style. But I think if I have something just sitting here just to break it up a bit, and I think I will really like it. But I wanted wigs, a couple of wigs for like my everyday wigs, the short ones, because that's what I prefer to have, is like a bit of hair, but it's like having a grandkid, I think, where you basically have them, but then you can give them back at the end of the day. Not that I've been through that experience yet, but hey. And I just thought, yeah, I just want some nice ones as everyday wigs. And I'm going to get some ones that are special, because I've got my rotten apple one, which is a special wig. I've got Dream Seeker's an everyday. Chasing Rainbows, I want to keep that as a bit of a special one as well. Kaleidoscope is more of an everyday, but when it's nice and sunny. A headband will just finish it off. I think so. I think when I've got that on and sitting on my head, just here, it will just change how it looks. Because I've tried putting clips. I've even tried moving the parting over. So like pulling hair across and clipping it over. But it doesn't work. So I just think if I've got something sitting here just to break up this section of hair here, it will make all the difference and just make me feel more comfortable. Because other than that, I do really love it. It's gorgeous. Because I was debating after this person buying another one and then doing a different fringe on it or something. But I love Emerald, the one that you've got. That's absolutely beautiful. I've been looking at that. But this one I was eyeing up as being the first wig. But then I was like, because I think the pictures that she does for this particular one, I don't think it does it justice. And that's what I tried to say to her on Facebook, is that the pictures for this and even the TikToks don't do this justice. It's one of these that's really, really difficult. It's like seeing something on the hanger. Until you've got it on, you can look at it and think, oh, that doesn't look great. But then when you put it on, you think, oh, wow, that looks good. Yeah, you can't always go by the pictures. And it's really hard when you've got the dummy as well. Dolores, I think she calls her. I want to get a couple of those dummy heads as well. I've seen some on eBay. I want to get them for like on my shelving that's sort of near to where I'm seated now, just as a bit of a display. So then I can just grab them, and then the ones that are super special will be kept in my wardrobe space. It just gives me a bit more room basically for extra wigs. I think that's the excuse I'm looking for. Emerald colour pops in real. I absolutely love it. And when I saw you out and about in that picture with you and your daughter, you know, you can really see it on the pictures that she's got. It looks like almost like a dark browny, greeny tone. But when I saw her on a live where she was in a living room space with like loads of light, you could really see the green. And I thought, ooh, love that. Because I remember watching the live when she did it. And it's when you look back on old lives, it's like looking at old photographs. Yeah, it looks black. It looks a very dark colour, and I think that's why it doesn't sell as fast as some of the other ones, because it doesn't look anything spectacular. But I absolutely love it, and I will get one. But I find myself, I don't know if you're the same, Tracy, is when you're looking at people with different coloured hair, you're like, is that real or is it a wig? I do it all the time, I tell you. And I'm walking past students and they've got like brightly coloured pink hair and stuff. I'm like thinking, is yours a wig? Is yours a wig? Is yours real? I used to work with a lady that had bright red hair, but really bright, in your face red hair. And she used to have to, it was her own hair colour. Natural, yeah, and it was it was her own hair, but she dyed it, but she had to maintain it this bright in your face red literally every week. She had to dye it, and I just think I couldn't be doing with the other general upkeep. So these are fantastic, because it's like if you fancy a blue day, a green day, you're wearing something that's got pink in it and you fancy matching that to your hair, you know, I am gonna, you know, I pull it out. I'm pulling that colour out now, and I'm really enjoying it. Red is difficult; it fades really quickly. Yeah, I used to have red in my hair, and the upkeep for that is horrendous. It's good for the first sort of so many washes, but it depends how often you wash your hair as well. And purple's another one. I always wanted really bright purple hair, but my hairdressers always used to say it fades so quickly. You would have to be doing it to keep the intensity every week. But I also like salt and pepper. It's a half and half where it's blonde one side and it's grey the other. I love that because I do love my grey. Don't get me wrong, my hair is all natural grey and it's really peppering up and silvering up nicely. But I actually want to enjoy wearing the different coloured wigs. I love it. And I like the one that's called Roses Are Red. That purple one, Amethyst Geode. Is that how you pronounce it? Geode or Good? I've been calling it Amethyst Good. And then I was like, well, it looks like Geode. I don't understand it. I have been looking. And if it wasn't for the fact that Mermaid Blue only had one left, and I thought, well, what if that one doesn't come back in stock? And there was no, only 3 left or anything with Amethyst Geode. Yeah, it's gorgeous. I adore it. I've been looking at various people on the Wig Wearers group. I honestly have. I've been looking on that and I've been seeing them all. There's one lady in particular that does Instagram, and I'm following her on one of my pages. And yeah, she's got that one and it looks spectacular. And I've got her picture, screenshotted from that on my phone. So it's like that I look at just to see which one. And I think that will be my next wig, Geode, because I just adore it. And I really want that one for when we go away on holiday. I also want one of the hairband wigs. I tell you, my list is as long as my arm. I'm like, I love that, I love that, I love that. But then you're the same as me. Every time I'm on there having a look, you're like, oh, that looks nice. That looks nice. And I really do want to get a nice collection built up of wigs. So if I'm fancying, it's like I like, yeah, I see, I told you, you're the same. You can't help yourself. And I had somebody on my TikToks, one of them, that actually commented and said, do you work to pay for these, or are you on benefits? Yes, I am on benefits for health issues. And I actually have, my hair is actually thinning and I've got a lot of patches of misplaced hair, whether it grows back or the medications that I am due to be put on for my arthritis may actually, one of the side effects is hair thinning, hair loss. So I am preparing myself for not having good hair anymore. And for me, these are a game changer, and I wish I'd thrown myself into buying these wigs soon. I've been following Cash since the beginning of lockdown started. She popped up by accident on my Facebook. She was about to do a live, or just about started one, and she was out in her little summer house that she's got, and she was doing them the wig live from there, and I was blown away because the one that she was wearing, what's it got to do with anyone else? It's rude. And I thought, it really affected me. It really upset me. He even tagged, this person did, the DWP. That's how sick this person was, how twisted this person was. Put Department Working Pensions was tagged. And I got upset and I thought, right, that's it. I'm not going on TikTok ever again. So what I did was I decided to do a reaction video, and I said, with showing pictures of my hair loss, to be honest. Yeah. And I thought, well, you never know. If this one person, they did. They tagged the DWP in it. And I thought, well, what happens if it does get triggering, an investigation? I've had my last person that was, I was in a relationship with, he wanted me to get back with him, and because I refused, to have him back. He says, watch out, people in ivory towers can have a big fall. And I know it was him. Thinking about it, I had a person turn up from the Department of Work and Pensions that did an investigation. He made out that I had someone living with me. And this person, she turned up with a clipboard, and I was absolutely crapping myself. And yeah, she wanted to see that there was no male things lying around, no obvious man things, you know. And I said, you can go upstairs into my bedroom, you can look in my wardrobes. There's no fella here. And she did. She had a good look round, and she could see that it was very girly and everything, and she disappeared. So, but that's how twisted some people are, yeah. But your benefit for medical issues is actually, yeah, oh yeah, he didn't know how it could affect you. What happened to being kind? That's terrible. So the thing that he did, and this person then put in the DWP, I thought, what if that triggers now an investigation into my PIP money or whatever? But then when I went on to another wig website, it does say if you have certain health issues that you can tick, and it knocks money off these wigs that you've got. And hair thinning, hair loss is actually part of. So these are actually a mobility aid, like my mobility chair, my scooter, rails, or anything else. This is something else to help me. Wigs are part of, like needing things like glasses. So anybody that's got hair loss issues, health issues due to hair loss, do not feel that you cannot wear a wig. It is part and parcel of a mobility aid for yourself. It's giving you a bit of confidence. It's giving you the chance to go out. I wonder how long I've been live for. I feel like I've been on here like an eternity now, but I'm like rambling away. So if you've had enough of me, do tell me to shut up. You know, my stomach's rumbling. It's like, I want food. The cats are like wanting food again. They'll be screaming at me in a minute. But yeah, honestly, there's one. I forget the name of it now. I'll share you the link, Tracey. And I've debated ordering, because one of them is like £16 with this voucher, with the money knocked off, and postage as well. I think they're called Lush Wigs. And so the wig that I was looking at comes to £16 with postage and this amount knocked off due to health issues. And I've thought, do I get it or not? So I might do, just to compare the wigs and see, because she's got some really fun ones, some really grungy ones, and the coloured wigs like how I like them and that. So we'll see. Yeah, I'll have to come off soon because my battery is like screaming at me. It's on 11%. It's probably screaming, oh my God, shut up now. But yeah, I'll definitely send you the link, and then you can have a look, and it might be something that you might be interested in, or your daughter even, because they're all, you know, different wigs, different styles and stuff. But yeah, I would like to get Amethyst geode. She is definitely one of the ones that I want to get, and I want to get a hairband wig, but I'm not exactly sure which one yet. I do like the blue one, I like the pink one, and then there's a few other ones that I'm absolutely loving. But I've got to be careful at the moment because I'm trying to sort money out for holiday for when we go away at the end of July. I have filled a form out to help me get another mobility chair, because this one is like literally falling apart, old and decrepit, and needs parts, and some of the parts are very hard to get hold of now. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah. But I thought I would let you know on that one about this particular one called Lush wigs. But yeah, I'll send you the link. And they've got some that are on a special because they are retiring them, certain lines. But I've been looking on the feedback and people are like, oh, these are fantastic. But I'm also scared because I don't want to waste my money, because I know that Cashley's Head Shop, her wigs are absolutely phenomenal. And they are, you know, brilliant, really soft, good quality wigs. This one has not come back in stock. And I'm glad I bought it when I did, because this one she's had in for short time and it's just sold out. So I don't know. Maybe I think it will come back in at some point, but I don't know. But then she's also mentioned about rainbow wigs on one of her lives some time ago now. So whether she's waiting for the supplier to create whatever ones that she's doing, I don't know. But I also like DeVille as well, the half and half there. Salt and pepper, I love it. I just think, yeah, I love the grey. But I've got grey underneath my wig. But in my case, a few nights back, having the troll and how my head was incredibly itchy. It was really, really angry. So what I did was I got my scissors and I hacked away at it, and I needed some relief and just to get at my scalp and really give it a good itch. And I did. I chopped all my hair off, basically. Okay, love, you take care. Thanks. She said needs more room to get more stock in her living room. Yeah, well, this is why we're buying the wigs, you see, to give her more room. Yeah. But that's the plan anyway. I'm gonna... What are you doing? Gizmo. This is the cupboard that Luna likes to open. You're gonna say hi? You're gonna say hi? You like sitting here? Come here. Hey? Let's just move it over a smidge. This is my co-host. Aren't you? My co-host. Are you helping? You helping? This is Gizmo. Once her house has been finished renovating, she's going to open a shop in her home. Yeah. Yes, I would love... Can you see all the stickers? This one is from another makeup company, but apart from that, I've got all the stickers on the side here. They're all from Cash. I just had to stick them somewhere. So, yeah, she's got a shop, so she's going to have people be able to try them on and before they buy. What do you want? What food? Huh? Want some food? Yeah? Okay, I'll feed you now. I've had to put my hello, Luna Gorgeous and Gizmo. Wish we look... I know. I'd be there all the time. I would. I'd be there all the time. Hey, won't we? Yeah. Giving me bumps. Hey, I bought this mug. Got it the other day to put my brushes in. Hang on. You purring? I got this. Look at it. Isn't it ace? This screamed by me. I've got to go down to the Asda Living. I want to see if they've got other Cheshire Cat bits because I really, really want this. If they do like a biscuit barrel and stuff. I've got to get another one because I want one as an everyday cup. I don't usually like these. Where are you going? Where are you going? You're going to make things fall. Careful. Yeah, he's gone now. He's had enough. I love it. Yeah, so I'm going to see whether they've got any more bits and pieces in Cheshire Cat, because if they've got them, I'll be buying them, I tell you. So I want to put all my makeup brushes in a few of these because they're nice and chunky and easy for me to hold rather than other stuff. So, right, let's get you fed. You hungry? They're all like, you said? Yeah, so I'm going to jump off now, let you have something to eat, because I don't know what time it is. I've got 5 o'clock. Wow, really? I don't know what time I've come on. My son and his girlfriend will be coming back and I'm not even done anything. They'll be like, are you still alive? I'll be like, yeah, I found things to talk about. Right, I'm going to go anyway because I've got things to do. Sort these cats out again. They want more food. So yeah, so I'm going to say thanks for watching. Thanks to everybody popping on. It's been really kind. Definitely speak soon. Thanks for all the likes, the gifts, everything. It's appreciated. You know, thank you. Thank you for helping this channel grow and all the support. Bye. Bye. See ya.